Clinton Anderson is lucky to be alive, let alone walking.
My life is no longer the same from what it was before. I was the one who took the brunt end of that collision there.
He has a physical reminder of it every day.
Right here is where I had that muscle and lacerations from the accident, and there's also bone chips in my elbow here.
20 months ago, he was driving a work vehicle on a winter road in Ontario when a semi-truck failed to call ahead on the radio system and came quickly around a blind corner.
We weren't expecting anything, and we were just driving casually, and when we come around one corner, there's a truck in our lane, so when you're on a winter road, there's nowhere really to go except for the snowbank or the vehicle.
While doctors were able to mend his injuries, he needs months of intense physical therapy to regain his strength and mobility. But living in Pinaymootang First Nation, more than 240 kilometers from Winnipeg, getting the help he needed was a struggle.
When I started going to my physio in Winnipeg, it would be, 3.5-hour drive, 3 hours. And I would only book on weekends, so I'd have to book a Friday evening and then a Saturday afternoon.
It's a burden and a barrier and means many go without. But now that's changing.
Hi, Dwayne.
Good morning, Tim.
This robot, lovably dubbed Wally, helps to provide care on site, so people in Pinaymootang and Lake Manitoba First Nation don't need to leave their communities. Virtual physio enables outreach beyond the perimeter.
So it's definitely a big need. We learned that pretty early on. We realized it's not that people don't need physio, it's that they just don't have the easiest access to physio.
With the help of an assistant on location, twice a week, Tim Romanek can offer virtual rehab sessions from Winnipeg. This way, patients can see their therapist and interact, not just hear them.
And I want you to bring them apart.
In turn, Romanek can make sure movements and exercises are being done correctly.
It's big in terms of efficiency and continuity of care, so being able to see a person more frequently.
But it did take a little getting used to.
I didn't understand right at the time, then all of a sudden that robot walking came in the room and there he was. I said, oh, playing hooky, eh?
Every second week, Romanek also travels to the Interlake to see clients like Dwayne Moore in person. For Moore, at 78 years old, traveling to Winnipeg for rehab just isn't feasible. The drive or the cost.
I have a truck, and it's about $150 there and back, So on a senior's pension.
The program is a partnership between the two First Nations, Riverview Health Centre, the University of Manitoba, and the Regional Health Authority, improving the quality of life for people in those Indigenous communities.
So it's important, especially as anyone gets older, really, just to maintain quality of life and independence, so people can do the things they like to do and they need to do, and keep their mobility and their function as they age and stay pain-free as long as they can.
It's one way the First Nations are able to address long-standing healthcare vacancies. Trying to staff positions in the community and keep them filled has long been problematic.
We had one doctor when I was growing up. He was here for 2 half-days a week, and that was it. All of our services were either in one of the local hospitals while they had services still available, but they've gradually moved to larger urban clusters.
Health Director Lawrence West says this hybrid model can bring services back and expand them.
I've seen a lot of my people who suffer without access to services, and I'm a big believer that services delivered locally make the community healthier.
While this isn't a perfect solution, it is one that's helping to bridge the gap.
The services provided locally, they not only provide a quality of life for the people that are accessing them, but it also reduces the burden on the wider healthcare system.
And hopefully keeping people in their communities and homes for longer, helping these First Nations thrive. Brittany Greenslade, CBC News, Lake Manitoba First Nation.